We have major news across the country on election day. Democratic voter turnout is surging. Leading up to election day, things look good for Democrats. Democrats are poised to sweep in elections across Virginia, New Jersey, New York, California, Pennsylvania, and elsewhere as voters publicly and at the polling sites go and rebuke the president of the United States and his policies as the Trump disapproval rating is at an all-time high at over 60% right now. It is election day and voters are going to vote throughout the day, and we still don't know what the results are, but based on early voting trends in states across the country, it is looking good for Democrats. And I want to take a minute and talk about each state and each critical election, starting with the Commonwealth of Virginia. Polls close in Virginia this evening at 7 p.m. This will be the first state that will likely be called. Based on turnout in Virginia, which does not do turnout by party affiliation, but rather we have turnout numbers based on geographic location, Democrat Abigail Spanberger is in a better position today than Vice President Harris was this time last year on Election Day, and Vice President Harris won the Commonwealth of Virginia comfortably. It is expected that Abigail Spanberger will be the next Democratic governor of Virginia, flipping Virginia from red to blue. Obviously, we won't know results until tonight, but expect this race to be called shortly after polls close at 7 p.m. Now, where Virginia becomes a little trickier is down ballot races, including the Attorney General's race, where Attorney General candidate Jay Jones, a Democrat running against a Republican incumbent, has been marred with scandal as a result of text messages that were released showing essentially violence or expected violence on the part of Jones. Many had called on him to drop out. He did not. And well, polling shows a race that is going to be decided by probably just about 1 or 2 points. Here's my prediction. I do think Jones pulls it out because based on early turnout numbers, Spanberger will likely win the top ballot race by over 8 points. That is the measure for Jones to win down ballot. In New Jersey, polls close at 8 p.m. today, where Mikey Sherrill is expected to win the gubernatorial, but that is a much closer race than in Virginia. New Jersey is a state that Kamala Harris won by just 6 points. Polling shows that Republican Jack Ciattarelli is creeping up to Mikey Sherrill, who was a former Navy pilot. However, Democrats right now have a clear pre-election advantage. Turnout is exceeding 2024 levels. Mikey Sherrill leads Republicans in both mail-in and early in-person voting. Last year, there was an in-person deficit. This year, there is not for Democrats. Democrats are expanding the overall voter margin in early vote to 22 points compared to just 16 points at this time last year. But this morning, officials have already reported non-credible bomb threats at 7 polling sites in New Jersey across 7 counties from foreign email accounts, prompting law enforcement sweeps that caused only minor delays. Emphasis on the non-credible, but foreign actors are actively trying to sow discontent in American elections already. Before I continue, you will get live updates from me every hour tonight when polls close, when elections are called. So please support my work, subscribe to my Substack, or send a one-time donation via Venmo to Aaron-Parnas. It's going to be just me, you, and election results. So get ready. Moving on north to New York City, where the Democratic nominee for mayor, Zohran Mamdani, is poised to have a big election night tonight. While older Democrats turned out early, younger voters have surged late in the period, which is an extremely favorable trend for Mamdani. Andrew Cuomo, his challenger, is running as an independent. He saw some strong turnout in precincts that supported him in the primary, but based on prior voting patterns, it will not be enough to overtake Mamdani, even if Donald Trump's endorsement, which came in late last night, has come. Whether or not it'll actually help Cuomo remains to be seen. Moving on to the west, to Pennsylvania, where election officials are urging participation in today's local elections. Turnout actually has historically dropped in non-presidential years, but there are critical elections across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The most critical are the Supreme Court retention elections. Donald Trump is urging his voters to vote no. Democrats are urging their voters to vote yes to retain the Supreme Court justices. We will see what happens. We don't have much data coming out of Pennsylvania, but ultimately we'll see. And finally, heading out west to California, where early voting is surging statewide. Polls will not close until 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, with ballots have already been mailed to registered voters in 29 counties, opening voter centers in person and same day registration. Here's the deal, folks. Voter turnout in California is surging. It's Prop 50. That is the only thing on the ballot, whether or not California voters will redistrict their state. All signs point to yes. And because California is a very heavy mail in ballot state, we may get election results very soon tonight. If California redistricts, if they vote yes, that will have a major, major impact on the 2026 House of Representatives election, as Democrats will be poised to pick up to 5 seats in the House. Now, meanwhile, Donald Trump, on his part, is urging Republicans to abolish the filibuster, saying that if Republicans do not do that, we will essentially lose the election. We, referring to Republicans, in 2026. He also held a town hall for for the Republican candidates in New Jersey and Virginia, heavily promoting Jack Ciattarelli in New Jersey, but notably omitting Virginia's nominee Winsome Earl Sears, calling New Jersey the race to watch. Now, meanwhile, former special counsel Jack Smith is gearing up to prosecute Donald Trump in the court of public opinion. This is a major development because here's the thing: he was unable to prosecute Donald Trump in actual court. And so now he is working on fighting back. He wants to come out swinging, according to reports, against the president of the United States. He wants to show the public exactly what evidence he had against the president in the 2 criminal cases, the classified documents case in Florida, along with the January 6th related case in Washington, D.C., both of which were dropped because Donald Trump won the 2024 election. But Jack Smith is not kind of sitting back like Robert Mueller or other special counsels of past. He is willing to go up, and prosecute Donald Trump in the court of public opinion. So we will see what happens over the next several weeks and months as we get closer to the midterm elections. Folks, it's going to be a very busy day, a very long night. I'm going to be in touch with local officials, statewide officials across the country throughout the day, providing you real-time updates about turnout and elections, because it's election day, and it's honestly like my Super Bowl. So get ready. It's going to be a busy day, busy night. I will provide you updates in real time. So make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to support my work, to support independent journalism in this moment. And I will see you this evening or this afternoon with another update, probably with Governor Gavin Newsom out of California. So stay tuned for more. See you soon.